Yeah, a couple.
What is that?
Got a couple of new ones.
Oh, all right, I'll do that tomorrow.
By the way, congratulations. We won Powerball.
We won it?
We didn't win the whole.
What did we win?
Your take right here. This $1.
$1?
Wow.
Well, how much did we win, actually?
We
$18.
$18 between.
Oh, no, and I'm excited by that.
There you go.
I've spent 10 and I won $1. I'm stupid.
It was funny because yesterday there were 16 of us in this pool, and I already figured out that we'd only get about $4 million a piece as a result of us being so many.
How do you figure that?
Because if you figure before they put it up to $295, it was $250. The lump sum payout would have been $137.
Right.
Then you have to take taxes, and then we have to split it up among the most.
A measly $4 million will barely pay for your horses.
I thought the lump sum payment is after taxes.
No, it isn't.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
What a drag.
You got to pay taxes on that.
Sure.
Hey, so what happened? Did someone win the Powerball?
They had one winning ticket,
Wow.
and they are claiming that, nobody's officially done anything yet, but they say it was sold in Richmond, Indiana. And people who were calling some Columbus, Ohio radio station said that the winning ticket was owned by 13 people.
How do they know?
I don't know, but that's the report.
Wow.
And they are supposedly on their way to Indiana to the store where they bought the ticket to claim their winnings.
Now, we won $16. $18. How many numbers did we get right?
I don't know. You'd have to ask DePace because the last time we played with 11 people, we won $3 each.
Doesn't that mean that we got at least 3 numbers
we
right?
might have gotten the Powerball. The Powerball is like $3 or something. And if you get a Powerball in one number, the Powerball is the key to how much
Everything.
you win.
Oh, I see. Wow, $1, huh?
Yeah, great return on our money.
Nice.
Here he is. Mr. DePace knows the answer.
I just feel glad we got something back.
They sold so many tickets in Connecticut.
I wonder how much money they took in.
More tickets in Connecticut than anywhere else.
Because everyone from New York drove to Connecticut.
Yeah.
And Jersey and everywhere
Jersey,
else.
Sure.
You know what I found out, Howard?
How many states are in Powerball?
Is it 10?
20.
20?
Really?
Yeah, something like 20.
Yeah.
But you know what I found out? Like, the first border town, where I live near, that was getting a lot of activity. But, like, I know somebody who lives up in Ridgefield.
They weren't getting any activity.
No, which is way up.
Yeah.
But it borders New York on the side.
Right.
And
So
they
were getting it, too.
Crazy activity.
Yeah, but there were some
But if you went to
towns in
Hartford,
central Connecticut.
You go to Hartford, there's no lines.
Yeah. Yeah, right, exactly. I don't know. You never. First of all, all the experts say you never win this stuff. You never can win.
You know what they say? A lot of people choose numbers that mean something to them, like birthdays, and they always add up to less than 31. And in this particular Powerball, I think like 4 of the numbers were above 31.
That's right.
Yeah. They say always get high numbers or something. Oh, who knows? Who knows?
We had 2 tickets that had.
Why is it always the high numbers get picked? I don't understand. What would that
Last time
be?
It was the exact opposite.
It was.
Yep. Yeah. It's weird. But we had 2 tickets that had 3 numbers, and that gets $7 a piece.
Wow. Wow. How many numbers do you need? 6?
5 in the Powerball.
6. 5
in the Powerball. Wow.
Yep.
It's so impossible.
13.
And do they have to
only
be in order?
No.
No? Okay.
only losers go into a lottery because it's always guys. I'm not talking about like the Powerball. Everyone got all excited. But I'm just talking about the regular lottery. It's always a guy who's down on his luck. I know when I was down on my luck and I had no job, I used to buy lottery tickets every day. Makes no sense.
It's guys that make $200 a week, and then they put,
They put 50, $60 toward the
Say
lottery.
Say $50 a week, buy some IBM stock, and imagine what you'd have.
Nothing too. IBM's doing real good. It's just
Police.
and $50 a week. They do say that. If you took like $50 a week and invested in IBM stock, you'd have money.
Well, $50 a week is how much a year? It's $2,500.
Right.
Yeah, it's about around $2,500. So
$2,500 a year. You
You
dump.
do that several years in a row.
After 3 years, you have $7,500 that you didn't have anyway that you just threw away in the lottery.
I know.
All the Microsoft secretaries are millionaires
Right.
at this point from the original.
48 Hours did a profile on lottery winners,
Right.
and they showed this one couple that I think they were the saddest people I ever saw. They were a black couple, like in their 50s, and they had kids and everything, but there was just the 2 of them.
Right.
So they lived in this really bad housing project, like in a really bad part of town. So they moved to a nice neighborhood. All their black friends hate them because they think that now they think
Now
who the
they
hell
think
they
too
are,
much of
and
themselves.
none of the white people in the neighborhood want anything to do with them.
Right.
So in this huge house, nobody will be friends with them. No one will hang out with them.
Sounds like my life.
And they're just looking at each other in this huge. And they went out and they put like gold spigots in the bathroom, like actual gold.
Yeah,
like
right.
stuff that was totally unnecessary.
Yeah, lottery winners, losers. Like you get a nice $5 million payout, man. You just you cruise. Just maybe upgrade your lifestyle a little bit.
But, try to keep it together. Let
Yeah.
that money grow for you.
Yeah.
If you had $100 million,
Go ahead.
just put it in a bank.
Go ahead.
What would interest on that a year be? Would have to be
Well, even if you were the worst, let's say a bank,
just a bank.
and you got
5% interest?
5%. Yeah, 5% in a bank.
Yeah, in a bank, right.
And you didn't know what the hell you were doing, but you have $100 million.
Yeah, so it's $5 million a year.
Yeah.
Right? just
That's
to do
right.
nothing.
That's
I
right.
think you can live on that.
Exactly.
Well, Jackie might have a problem.
I'm making
I can't.
it.
He has his wife, various careers to
Right,
support.
he'd have to build a new studio.
Imagine the
Right.
size of Jokeland after he went.
Yeah.
Bye, Bayville.
Be working one job. That's all.
Let's say you won $1 million in the lottery. Would you still work?
I'd have to. You can't live off $1 million for the
Oh,
rest of
you
your life.
clear $1 million. You have $1 million in the bank.
Right.
$1 million.
Yes.
All right. So you won $2 million after taxes, everything. You clear $1 million.
Right.
Would you work?
Yes.
You would.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't live on the interest.
I don't think so. What's the interest on $1 million a year at 5%?
5%, 50,000.
50 grand. Yeah.
I mean, you could work less. I probably could take a lesser job, but I think I'd still need to work.
Okay. If you won $2 million, you had $2 million in the bank.
Now you're getting 100,000.
Now you get 100,000 a year.
Will you get
Very
that
least.
work?
I'd still probably want to work a little.
Still
bit.
work, and you wouldn't touch the $2 million. You would
Well,
just,
that's the problem. The problem is you can't touch the money. What's the point?
Right.
Live on the
What's the point of living the way I'm living now and having $2 million in the bank?
right. So what good is having money is what you're saying, because if you have money, once you make money, you just got to keep it in the bank
If you're
anyway.
only winning that much, just get yourself a nice house.
Exactly. That's exactly what I buy a nice house.
No, buy 8 houses that are all bad.
And tie them all together.
Bad houses.
8 houses that have no rooms,
And I
no
build
bathroom.
And I build a
even near
monorail
the
to connect
water.
them all.
I will never figure out why Jackie, who has, money,
Yeah.
I just can't figure out why he keeps buying little, tiny, dumb houses. I don't get it.
Well, as soon as you figure it out, let us know.
Jackie, would you explain? Why not buy one nice house where you could have your office in the
Techie
house?
houses.
You don't have to travel to get to the house.
Oops, I have to go to the office.
He goes to me.
Let
He says to me,
get
"Hey,
dressed."
want to see my office?" I go, "Yeah." Okay. He goes. He gets dressed.
Yeah.
And then we got on bikes and we ride to his office. It's just like, well, what good is having an office if you got to travel to it? Your home office should be in your home.
He's got a double commute.
Do you think that Jackie likes it because it really keeps it separate? Like some people say, if my office is
No,
in my house,
I don't know what he's thinking. I think he likes his regular house,
Makes perfect sense.
but why not
What's
sell?
the perfect sense?
I'm with you. All
You
the way.
get a nice, like Bayville has some nice big homes, like Larry's house.
I'm a jet setter.
He's not even near the water that he claims to love so much.
Yeah, you can
yes,
see it
I
at the top
am.
of the window.
Yeah, if you crawl up in that attic.
Yeah. All right, explain.
I like my house more than Larry's house because Larry's house did not have a beach. And
Yours doesn't have a beach.
Yours doesn't have a beach either.
That's true.
You got to walk to the beach. It's 300.
I can walk to the beach.
But it's not Jackie's beach. It's
No.
the
It's not
block's
like
beach.
he's on the beach.
But nobody's there during the day, so it's my beach.
And if I get there first, it's mine.
Mine.
And Jackie
All mine.
treats it like it's his beach
Yeah,
because
it's
he's always like, carrying out beers and stuff.
And it's his jetty
Robin,
on that
a
beach.
horse that you keep in a different state.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's hear
Why
the
not?
analogy.
Explain that.
Well, you can't keep a horse in your house.
Right, yeah.
See?
I mean, there is no analogy
If I had
there.
her money, I'd have my horse in the house.
Well, so would she.
Right.
She lives in Manhattan.
I'm not going to explain my lifestyle. I already told you the
I
size
even
of my
hear that
penis.
John, who has no money, has a nicer house than
Yes, he
Jackie.
He does. It's a nice house. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a house.
The only house that's an enigma to me, Howard, is Jackie's third house.
Yeah.
He's got this third house. I don't know why he bought it.
I don't get it either.
I see. I have a theory on that.
All right, what's the theory?
Why not invest in one nice house and consolidate?
There are some really nice houses in Bayville.
I'm sure.
I mean, like really.
But you know, I think Jackie is afraid to look like a winner to all the loser friends he has.
Yeah, how's he going to invite him to that house?
Yeah, and then they'll all be jealous. He doesn't want them jealous.
But if you took all three of his mortgages,
Nice
Right.
house.
It's you have a nice house.
It's got to be
What?
Jeez, I mean, I don't know. He's never told me. but-
$500,000?
I'd say way more than that.
Sure.
Yeah,
I would
mean,
think.
definitely.
It- It's stupid.
Because there was a big article about the town that Jackie lives in that was in the paper this weekend
Mm-hmm.
that just says that the real estate value of that town has gone up so much recently because people buy summer homes there.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice town.
I mean, I'm guessing Jackie's never told me, but I bet you if you put those three mortgages together, it would be enough for like $1 million house.
Or it's in the
something.
750 region, I would guess.
Wow.
But Jackie once did tell me, I think when he first got the houses, Jokeland is next to a house that he rents, and I think someday the master plan
Is to get all of them and string them together?
Jackie's
No, just-
50. Why not enact a master plan now?
I think the master plan was, I think at one point,
When's
He's
the
saving
master
for his death.
Because
Yeah.
it would make sense maybe if all the houses were together.
All right, here's the reason. Jackie's so cheap that he'll only buy little things at a time. And he has that monopoly mentality. Like,
Well, even when
He's
he
got-
vacations, it's been a real tug to get him to upgrade the way he vacations.
right.
Jackie's way
Got to
too-
always be with sandals.
he's
or
way too
something.
wealthy to be going to sandals.
Right. We like
the
it because
free
they
drink
give the free
tickets.
drink tickets.
All right, if I go take a peek.
Do whatever you want. I'm just asking you for answers.
No, Jackie, just explain why.
Who invited you in here? When did you join the show?
No, but I've been trying to find out.
Well, he's
too.
an expert on you. He lives near you.
Yeah, he followed me.
All right.
I just don't get the third house, the one that you rent. I don't get that one.
Do I owe you an explanation?
He doesn't want to.
You don't know anybody.
He doesn't want to
an
say.
That's why I'm not saying nothing.
But you have a rationale, right?
I thought I did.
explanation. What is
See, I
it?
think I had one when he bought it. Which
No,
is
but
never
what's the
panned out.
rationale? I've seen his
I
house.
thought
It
they were
looks
going
like
to
a garbage dump.
I thought it was going to be a connect. Like, they were thinking about building
I'll
an
give you
an
Yeah,
office-
not to pull down and build it.
No
Like
offense, Jackie. Your
Garbage
office
dump.
house is like not even half a house. There can't be more than 1,000 square feet.
It's
Don't
an
run
office.
in.
I've seen New York apartments
It's
that are
an
nicer.
office.
An office. All your studio equipment is jammed.
God.
All your studio equipment is jammed into a little tiny area.
Right. It's my
You
office.
can't even move in your office.
I think there was a
The TV set, he's got a big TV set on top of his eyeballs. What is the point? The guy's got money. I don't get it.
I only have money because I fought for it.
What's that got to do with spending?
All right, so you fought for
You
it.
won.
So you win. Why not treat yourself good?
Keep forgetting that I won.
I can't enjoy it.
That's right. Yeah.
Better off playing the
They
lottery.
made me work too hard for it.
Can't enjoy it now. It's tainted.
No, but he is
I love
spending
my
the money.
house. I love my office. I love my lifestyle. Right. And
All right.
I
All
don't
right.
get any
Wouldn't you like? Let me ask you something.
Would you like
It's a cold winter day, okay?
It's a cold winter day.
Well, how would you feel about waking up in the morning in a nice bedroom that you don't bunk your head on the ceiling, and then you walk downstairs and there's your office right in the house, like you have a separate area
I
of
had
the
that
house?
for a while. We wanted the office out of the house, and that's how it wound up.
No,
Yeah,
Jackie's
because
complaining that
you got a tiny little house.
But Jackie was complaining that he wanted the office in the house, but the house he was in
It's too small.
was too small.
So buy a bigger house. No, he bought another little tiny shack.
Tell me when you're done spending my money.
No, I'm just asking for the rationale. That's all. I'm not asking anything personal. I'm just saying what.
You ever see the end of the movie, The Jerk, where they invest money and get a bigger shack?
Right.
That's what Jackie
That's exactly
It's the jerk.
Jackie, we're not spending your money. Like, we're just taking the money you're already spending on houses.
And saying, why not?
Why spend it that way?
Don't
not
spend
talking
any
about-
more money. Just sell all the house and buy one big house where you could have everything in one and a nice piece of property to boot, and maybe even a pool.
Maybe be on the beach.
Right. Like, really live it up with the same money you're spending.
Are you going to talk to me about living it up?
But Jackie, I spend money.
You
Does
talk to me
spend
about-
money
I don't
on
live it up, but I
himself the
spend
way
money
he
for my
lives.
children. I spend money for my children and my wife. You know what I mean? I make their
They come in
lifestyle
and
nice.
Cry about it every day.
But he also has his beautiful office. That's where he likes to be. He
I have
puts
a-
everything in there that he
because
wants.
I can walk downstairs and I have my office. Like, wouldn't you? I mean, that's really nice. I don't even have to get dressed. I
He
can go
doesn't
right.
go down into a cramped space and be uncomfortable.
And then, like, if I can't sleep, right, I just go downstairs and I can hang out in my office and watch some tube or something.
Cool.
And when it rains really hard, he still sleeps. He doesn't have to worry about bailing out the office.
Right. So why wouldn't you do that?
You can all go screw yourself.
He's like really hurt.
No,
Where's Casey?
It's really hurt by this discussion. I don't understand why. Even, you know what I could see? Like having a house in where he lives, and then having a house maybe upstate if you wanted to like get
Yeah.
away, or the Hamptons, something.
if you're going to have two houses.
Mayville.
or even like a little, like a,
or a winter home. Or,
buy a place here in the city. So
Right.
this way, when he
yeah, that
stays in.
because some people have like 3 homes, but
Right,
you know,
but they're
one's
not all in the same place.
right.
France.
His are like right down the street from each
Right.
other.
Like those have got a house in France and one in California, one in New York.
I
That's
guess
where we
brains don't come with money. What is it, Ralph?
Jackie has all these junky houses because if he had a nice house, like if one of his friends had a nice house, he'd get angry with them.
Right.
Like if he goes over to your house and sees a great house, all of a sudden,
Is that
"Hey, you know
Richard?
what? You got such a great house.
Yeah, and I don't have anything.
Yeah, and this way he
the
won't
loser
intimidate
mentality.
anybody.
Right, and then like when he's with those losers out there, they're like, hey, Jackie's one of us.
Right.
I believe you're right.
But you don't
And
think his
maybe
friends
it's
could
a
figure?
big guy, a ruse.
Yeah.
Make people think he's not doing so well.
Right. But why go through that? I mean, he's 50 years old. Why not enjoy what he's done?
But Howard, don't you think his friends could figure out that 3 houses are worth some money?
Yeah. Oh, they listen, he's on this show every day. They know he has money. They see him
but when
doing
you look at
concert
the
gigs for 5 and 10 grand a pop.
But when you
More
look at
than
those
that.
3 houses,
Really?
you don't think they're worth much.
I know. When you see the 3 houses, you're in shock.
I mean,
one is worse than the other.
Ralph's
he certainly
right.
puts a lot into
Which is
them.
your favorite?
You know what? The one that I laugh at is the one where he doesn't have the parties at his house where the hot tub is like
because you don't want to mess that
yeah,
up.
his wife said to me, "Do you want to go in the hot tub?" I go, "Okay." And she goes, "Well, we got to go to the other house." You need a car. You need a car.
When they're entertaining, it's like a traveling circus.
Right. And like there's some people at the other house, there's some
Right.
people here, and it's just like it's so
Which
stupid.
location are you going to?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you mean I got to walk back there and parade myself through the streets?
I guess it's not as convenient as the parties at your house.
Hey, I'll admit I don't have you over, Jackie, but I just I'm still reeling from the last time I had you over, and I saw you trying to throw Senator D'Amato in a pool. Okay.
You want to party or you want to sit around?
Right. And there's 2 beers in your hand, and you're like screaming,
And he
"Hey,
gets
come
jealous.
on, Senator D'Amato, get him in, push him in."
Well, at least if you wanted to do something, it was all at the same site. You didn't have to leave to get
and and then I have a party, and the whole time it's like, hey, look at all this nice stuff. Hey, I'm glad somebody's doing well.
Right.
Hey.
He's certainly counting your money. You
Yeah.
can't spend his.
Right.
Maybe I should hire somebody to go buy me some antiques.
Oh, here we go.
Jackie also has the mentality that if he has more of these places, he has more, even though they're all junky.
Right. I mean, my favorite house is. I haven't seen the third one. That's the one
Yeah, I
next
don't
door to
know.
the.
Yeah, that's the one next door. That's the
Yeah.
one that's
You never really get to go in.
No, you can't go in there. Jackie's like the landlord there.
Not on the tour yet.
Yeah. And then there's one, like, I don't know, like you look over, like there's no property in the backyard. You're always on the side of the house. There's no even backyard. There's the side of the house, and then this is like this dilapidated
You don't know if you're in
garage.
somebody else's yard. Or
Yeah, I mean, and I'm in shock each time I
Garage
go
is
there.
now a gym now.
Oh, it's a gym.
It's a gym now.
Howard.
It used to be a recording studio.
it was a
Howard.
stage.
A performing stage, so Jackie's wife could have a stage to perform on. Can you imagine? You go over to this dump, and there's a garage, like a shed,
I'm going to come kick you in the nuts.
and then his wife goes, "I'm going to perform on the stage." It's like our gang.
We want a show.
Everything's written backwards.
And like Nancy's back there, and she's like drinking and getting prepared for the show.
Got
And
no
you know what's
argument
funny
here.
is you have to talk Nancy into getting up. Like she's
Right.
dying to do it, but she won't go right up and do it. It
Yeah.
takes like a half an hour to get her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once you get her up, then they reveal, oh, they got a stage set up.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you have somebody to roll over on?
So you know what I always wonder, Howard?
Yeah.
I always wonder what kind of landlord is Jackie?
Yeah.
Do they call up
Oh,
and say,
please.
the place he's painting, and he goes, screw you!
F you! I never said to check your lease, you bastards.
There's nothing on the lease that says you need heat.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Cause an increase in
I'm
the
a very good landlord.
You want heat? Wait
is
for
it-
the summer.
Is it profitable, Jackie, that other house? I mean, with the rent and all, are you getting more than your mortgage?
Yes, making a lot of money.
He's very wealthy. Jackie counts his money every night. Yeah, that house doesn't cost me anything. Oh, it shouldn't.
Itself.
It's like he learned
It should be condemned.
real estate from Bernard Meltzer.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys that,
Hey, it's an investment property.
Zero-sum game.
So, it's like, so you go to this house.
Now,
And it's
you know what's funny? We've biked over there a few times.
yeah, me and Ralph bike from my house to Jackie's house.
Yeah.
It's a good little ride.
Well, what's funny is, Jackie, is that we roll up and I'm like, this is Jackie's house. And Howard's like, no, this can't be Jackie's house. Every
I've been
time.
there 5 times, and I go to Ralph. I go, Ralph,
questioning whether you're in the right
because I see these people in a lawn chair. There's nobody, and I go, no, and the whole front looks like it's falling down. It's never been painted, nothing. And it's like, I go, this can't be. I said to Ralph, I go, this isn't Jackie's house. I don't want to walk into somebody's private party. And he goes, no, I'm telling you, this is Jackie's house. I said, I don't remember it being this dilapidated.
You know, it's one thing to listen to you guys,
Yeah.
to be listening to this crap from a guy who's lucky enough to be sucking the stuff out of your underwear when he's lucky enough to be working for you. I don't think I have to listen to him.
But you do. He's on the phone.
I think you do, Jackie. Unless you leave the room.
And the other thing, the other house, the good house.
Yeah.
Don't you still have
gotta
to
see
crawl through a fence to get to the beach from there?
Yeah, you had. Well, no, the first house, Jackie had a party. Yeah, that was the old house.
That was the old house.
come
he
up.
changed.
You
Oh, wait a
had to
second.
park. You had to park in the supermarket
Right.
and then crawl through a fence. He goes. When you come, park at the supermarket. This is really easy, Howard. And there's a hole in the fence. All you gotta do is crawl under,
And then hitchhike.
and then walk. And I remember I went there with my wife. My wife's like, "What are we doing?" I said, "We're gonna crawl through this hole in the fence." She goes, "I'm all dressed up. What am I doing?" I go, "This is what the guy told me. I don't know. I could drive you down there."
That was the best.
You missed,
Getting to the bat cave.
Yeah.
missed the extension that Jackie did on his house just to fit a TV set. That's the best
Yeah,
part.
that's the best.
Have you seen that part?
No.
It just sticks out on the side of the house. This little thing, different color of the house,
Yeah.
and that fits his TV set.
And there's always some guy working on the house. He doesn't even look like
A guy.
a guy. I don't know what.
It's like the mailman, and he's putting up a.
Yeah, it's some guy Jackie met. I was just
Wasn't
building.
there that one time that you all went over there for dinner, and didn't Jackie have to put it? What was that extension?
Jackie hung the dining room table out the window, and 2 of us had to sit on the porch
Sometimes we invite too many.
In the wind.
so we could eat his wife's butternut squash
Yeah, and you know
soup.
the funny thing? Having a small house does not stop Jackie from throwing a big party, because Jackie every year
Has that big
he goes,
Thanksgiving thing.
Thanksgiving's coming up, 27 people.
Yeah, and you're like, where?
Where?
And then he took me up to his bedroom. He took the attic, and you can't even stand up. It's like Cousin It.
Right.
No, you can stand up in one area.
Yeah, one area you can stand up. The rest of it, it's like the sides are so low,
Right, it
you have to just
slopes.
hunch over.
Yeah.
But he says, it doesn't bother me because I just stand in the middle of my bedroom.
And they have to climb up there.
Yeah.
It's not
None
like
of you
they
climb up on a rope.
None of you will
to it.
darken my door again.
I'm happy being miserable.
You climb up on a rope.
Yeah, they never built a staircase. You have
No,
to climb.
no, they built a staircase. I did see that.
They
Yes.
have done that.
Yeah.
I
It
remember
used to be a
when we
rope.
used to lower that ladder.
Oh, Lord.
It's like a
That was
Texas
great.
over there.
Hold on. You got to see what I'm going to turn in my bedroom. And you can see the water. He's got this little hole in the wall, and you can kind of see some water.
You know what? I went looking for a house. I
Yeah.
went looking for a house, and it said water view.
Yeah.
And it was exactly like that. It was
Yeah.
like the top of the
It's
house.
a lie.
I want to hit the guy with a head with a stick.
Right. Beat him.
He put in the New York Times water view. Yeah, if it's the fall
you can
and you
get
stand in
there.
one spot in the house,
You
can
might see
the
some
water.
Jackie
water.
loves the water like he does. I'm surprised he hasn't bought a house on the beach.
Yeah,
Because
and
that's
sell
what
those
I
3
always thought
dilapidated
about.
he can
homes.
get a nice house on the beach.
Yeah. But I don't understand it, Jack. Seriously, explain. I know you love your house, but couldn't you love a different house? One where your office was in there and you had some room, a nice bedroom, like not an attic.
I love my house.
Could use the attic for storage. That's what it's supposed to be.
Instead of your bedroom.
Use your head for storage.
He gets insulted.
Maybe
Not
it's
insulted.
maybe,
I like my house.
She said he
I like
goofs
my
on everyone.
I
And,
know.
maybe the 2 houses.
Yeah,
maybe
I
the
was
second
wrong to
house.
hire somebody to get me beautiful furniture.
how about you go to the party and there's no backyard. It's just like the side. Everyone's sitting on the side of the house. There's a little bit of lawn and some hedges.
Yeah.
There's got to be about 3 inches of grass. And everyone's stuffed into the...
Right, you're crawling through these other houses
Yeah.
to get
Having
the
the best time they've had
backyard.
all year.
Well, you do feel good about yourself when you're there, I'll tell you that.
I give Jackie credit. He does spend the money on the food.
He does. He's a real high roller.
Yeah, and if he remembers the propane,
Yes.
he can cook it.
D, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, D.
I have a theory as to why Jackie's has so many small houses.
Why?
He's getting booty on the side.
No, I don't think it's that. No.
Because his wife's always at the other house.
Yeah.
It's on to me.
Yeah.
No, but maybe it keeps the second house keeps Nancy away from him or something. Gives her.
I don't think that's it.
I don't either.
She said all the houses, and they're always constantly
I
involved
think
with
it
these
gives them the
houses.
feeling that they're going to work when they go to the
have
office.
Call each other.
But even you and Kim.
Yeah, and they call each other from the office. And the
yeah.
house. Where are you? I'm at the office. No, I'm at the third house. I'm at the house. And it makes them feel like something's going on, I guess.
I guess.
You know.
Yeah, like they're running.
I know that when I got
But that house is my favorite because, actually, his main house might even be my favorite because it's tons of pictures of Jackie and Nancy.
Right.
The truth is, you don't even know the third house might be your favorite. We just haven't been in.
I
it.
mean, each house is worse than the
Has
next.
its own little charm.
You've been.
There's nothing
Often it's been
charming.
in Fred's apartment.
Yeah, there's nothing charming about it.
Nothing charming about you.
It's an ugly, depressing, dark house and tiny little rooms.
I mean, even if you bought that house, wouldn't you work on it?
I might clean it up a little. Yeah,
Yeah.
I might give it a fresh coat of paint.
You might have to blow it up like OJ's house.
Yeah,
Start over.
start over. And Jackie likes property. He could have a little property. And,
Sure.
I don't know.
No, he's right on top of his next door neighbor.
Yeah, and that's the other weird thing. Like the neighbors are like right on top, and
I would kill to be away from neighbors.
right. That's the whole cool thing about the suburbs.
I like my
But Jackie's whole thing looks like a tenement.
I like my immediate neighbors, but people must come by and look at him when he's doing lawn.
No, Jackie's like, no one bothers me.
Because he grew up in the town. That's his
Jackie
angle.
likes that.
Yeah,
Makes him feel important.
right.
I just give him a map to your house. He seemed to leave me alone.
Jackie goes, no one here makes a fuss. Meanwhile, I biked to his house one day. On the corner, about 87 little kids,
Right.
all waiting for us to come out because they know we're going to have to go to Jackie's office. And they get the whole routine down. The whole town is involved in
He
it.
said, who's the geek with
There's
the bike
always
hat?
somebody there
Yeah,
to
that's what they
greet
said.
you.
I needed to be commented on.
I'm the mayor of Bayville.
Hey, no one bothers us.
And there are nice houses right around him. He
Oh,
won't
yeah.
get one.
No, won't buy one.
Yeah, his buddy's house is a mile away.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable neighborhood.
And John, I hear you have a nice house.
Yeah, I know that when I went looking for a house, Howard,
Yeah.
in Bayville, the ones on the beach were almost in my price range.
Really?
Yeah, so if they're almost in my price range, they must
Jackie
be
could've-
way.
Jackie could get a nice house.
And I did ask him how come he didn't get a house on the beach.
And what do you say?
I don't remember.
He's afraid people will resent him. Like he resents people. Other people have nice stuff.
Right.
Oh boy.
All right. Hey, thanks, Ralph.
No problem.
Thanks, Ralph.
Happy to help.
Thanks for the help.
Jackie loves, he swims like 5 times a day.
I know.
So it would be nice to just walk out your door. and
Imagine,
go to the beach.
here's the lifestyle picture for Jackie, because you can afford it. Nice size home, decent piece of property. You look out any window, the water is in front of you or in back of you, with a pool, and the hot tub all in one place. And you actually can go out into the, whatever that lagoon is that he has there, the bay.
The swamp.
The swamp. So he could swim in the pool. He could have his hot tub there, have his office in the basement, whatever. And you go upstairs. You have a room where your TV set fits, your dining room table fits in. You don't have to. You don't have to have people sitting
hang it
outside.
out the window?
And you might even have some nice property. And people don't even have to see every minute. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts. And it costs the same thing as those 3 houses. Am I crazy?
No.
Does that make sense? Maybe it's because he has no guidance in his life.
No, I have guidance.
I
right
think it's
here.
because he's attached to the. He's attached.
No,
You know
I think
what?
that he doesn't have that mentality. His
You know
parents
what?
never guided him. We know that.
But just because we're suggesting it, he
Yeah.
won't do it.
Yeah. Now he can't do it.
But he grew
No,
up in a
now
big house, from what he says, because he had a lot of brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
big
you
house,
believe
right?
that?
I don't. Well, he said it was a big
Please.
house.
I
Please.
said,
His
what?
father moved his bowels in a.
I
in
thought
a-
you said it was a big house, Jackie.
Your father went to the bathroom in his night table.
Drawer.
I don't know what that has to do with the size. But
Well, it was so small, you didn't know where anything
Trade
was.
him for yours, Howard.
Man. And then when Jackie comes to my house, he's like, oh, look at this. And you know what? I don't even have that big a house. It's really not that big.
That's huge.
The same size house
But
that...
you don't walk through the front door and hit the back wall.
Right. It's the same size house that Jackie
You
could
got
have.
a lot of property.
I got
that
all...
much.
not under 3 acres.
yeah, no, I think that you live in a very.
Jackie doesn't have
modest
3
house.
feet.
I know, but of course, if you go to
There's
Jackie's
not
house...
that much there.
Yeah, you go to Jackie's house and...
I think the only reason he owns a house next door is so you could lay all over their property.
Right. You go to Jackie's house, literally, you don't even have a backyard. It's a side lawn. My sister is not a wealthy woman. She's got a backyard.
I'm not wealthy, and I have a backyard.
I know.
Backyard.
And even Jackie said, "Wow, I can't believe the house John got."
He did say that. I know. It's like, wow, maybe...
Get that money,
Well, look at John.
bastard.
Yeah, he's got nice things.
I have to go back to my other 3 houses.
Well, once we start on CBS, I'm sure I'll be making enough extra money.
Oh, so now you're going to blame that you don't make enough money. Oh, yeah, okay. Keep up with that
We
one.
haven't even started yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Complaint. Well, that's why you can't include Jackie in anything.
Right.
Because he'll start complaining from the beginning.
Right.
I'm getting screwed.
I didn't say that.
I am, though. I just know I am somehow.
I could have 8 houses by now.
Right. Little shanty. Right, every time you go, you can't believe it.
Oh, it's
And every time he invites, I try to go because I can't believe it.
It is amazing.
Because each time I see it, I go, I don't believe
Can't
this.
believe it. You go away and you think I couldn't have been right. It couldn't have been that small.
Jackie, why are the parties at the office? Why not have them at the main house where the hot tub is?
Because Nancy made a mistake on the invitation.
No. Or is it because that little house is near the water?
I think they have more room at the little house than it is near the water, but I think there's actually more
There's more
yard
room
space.
at the smaller house.
Yeah.
At the office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because there's not
That's
a lot of
amazing.
backyard
That
at
is
the main house.
amazing.
There's a deck, but not a lot of backyard.
Yeah, there's like a tiny patch of backyard in the other house. I'm talking.
Wow.
Yeah,
Almost non-existent.
yeah. There's not a lot of room, so
Yeah.
the other house has more room.
Smaller house with more room.
So the room, the house that you saw,
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem.
That's the biggest of the
That's the big property.
Yeah, but it's technically it's not. It's only a big property because he owns a house next to it.
So see, only the big property because the house on it is so tiny. So there's some property. You
see
it,
more grass
It looks like it's
because it's not
caving
taking
in.
up
And he
much
goes, "That's my
space."
office." And I'm like, "Look at his office. There's a basement, and then there's this
You
one.
know
There's a
what it
bathroom. You
looks
can't. I can't even stand up in the
Right.
bathroom.
But you know what it looks like? It looks like somebody's storage space.
Yeah,
It doesn't
Yeah.
look like anybody would be doing anything there.
it looks like a garbage dump.
Yeah, you just pile some junk in there.
You big nose prick.
You would never think a rich guy lives there.
Never. Never.
how I
It's like you read. You
hiding
ever
in
see
his
like you
mattress.
ever see these homeless people? They die and then you find out they had $1 million.
Right, that's Jackie.
That's Jackie.
He's probably got mattresses
Yeah.
full of money.
Right. Please don't say that.
No, it was like a friend
Myself up.
What is it, Vinny?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, I got 40 pizza shops here, New York City.
Yeah.
I got the 40 Salvadorians, the dishwashers.
Yes.
I want to know if I could rent them out in Jackie's houses.
Yeah. Really.
Sal.
That's what it's. I know. It's Sal.
So funny.
You horse dude, jackass.
Good accent.
Sal's
Yes.
great.
That's why. All right. Listen. We got to take a break.
Yeah, we
Come
gotta
on,
get,
don't take a
because
break.
every once in a while we get stuck in this conversation of trying
Yeah.
to figure out Jackie.
But
and
Jackie
we
won't even
never
give it. You know why Jackie won't give a rationale? Because
It doesn't
it's
make any
no,
sense
No,
to
he's got
him
one,
even.
but it's embarrassing.
I think the
knows it
rationale is
doesn't
he's going to
make
like
any
build.
sense.
I think he once said that he wanted to build a tunnel between the two houses.
A tunnel, but why not get a nice
No,
house?
a channel.
What?
A channel.
Yeah,
What's a
there'll be
tunnel?
a train between the first house and the
Then we
second
build a
house.
tunnel that goes right out into the jetty.
A
And I'll
tunnel.
come back in.
Fred, seriously, aren't you always shocked when you go out there?
It's Jackie's life.
He
I
doesn't
don't.
come.
Right. You won't even go there.
No,
Right.
it's not a lot of room. I'm 6'2".
All right, let's take a break. Well, you know what? I don't want to bust Jackie's balls.
Oh, come
No,
on.
it's a fascinating conversation, and we have to stop because we never get
Right.
anywhere.
But why not give an answer?
He knows the rationale doesn't make any sense to anybody but him, and he doesn't want to be embarrassed.
Jackie, is there a rationale, seriously?
No, not really.
No? It just happened, or?
Bought a house and then bought another house and then bought another house.
And it never occurs to you to buy a bigger house.
Seriously.
We looked and looked, and I have perfect reasons for being where I am. That would probably make no sense to you.
Perfect reasons. Mm-hmm. What are they?
What are you? Mean one?
I'm not telling you.
See?
It can't be that, like, because you want to be near your mom or something, because you'd be near your mom anyway.
What?
Right? I mean,
I mean, your
there's
mom
other-
is anywhere
You can
in
get in
that
the
town
car
is near
and-
your mom.
Yeah.
No, any pawn and Babel would be near his mom.
right.
That's
So it
not-
can't be that.
I like where I am. I will stay where I am, and I don't owe you an explanation.
But
No,
don't you
you
like
don't owe me. I'm just asking. As a friend, I'm curious.
I like where I am. I like the location.
It's the
what
best
about the
place in Bayville.
Huh?
That's the best place in Bayville.
What's that got to? That,
No, but I'm just saying.
it's where I want to be.
But I thought you wanted to be on the beach.
You're like, why wouldn't you want to be on the beach?
You love the beach.
Would I like to have a nice big home on the beach? Yes.
Why
Is there
not?
one available? No.
There has been houses available.
John, you're so full of crap. Just shut
On
up.
my block, there was a big one available.
We didn't like that.
Oh, all right.
No,
Why?
There
Don't
was
tell
no
me.
property.
There's no property, but you have no.
If
property.
I-
It's just as
if
much
I was-
property as on his
If
first
I was
house.
going to move,
Right.
I would want it to be worth what moving is an incredible.
But are you looking?
Santa do?
Are you looking? Because you're not going to find something unless you look.
They have to throw it in my lap.
You have to come to me.
Tiny, tiny town, and we know when things become available and when they don't.
Right, nothing better has come
And you
along.
couldn't
Like John's
knock
house.
something down and build something.
John's house is exactly as far from the water as my
Yeah, I
office
don't think
where
John's
spend
house is
every
on the
day.
beach either.
No, but at least it's got a nice size house.
But Jackie could build something. He could knock what he has down.
Addie, just shut up.
But
Just shut up.
Jackie probably goes over, like Nancy
he's
probably
got
goes over
two
John's house. She
houses
goes,
right
you
next
should
door
see what
to
they got over
No,
there.
I don't. Yeah, they've complimented me on my house.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I went to John's house. I was surprised.
John's kitchen is bigger than their whole house.
Wow.
And I'm sure he'll have it for at least another 6 months.
Yeah.
What is it, Mike? Mike has a theory on Jackie. Yes, Mike.
Howard, I'm
Yeah.
calling from Cape Cod,
Right.
and I learned when I was a young kid, after the fourth house, you get to build a hotel.
Oh, maybe that's it. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We got to finish the news, Robin. This is crazy. We can't sit here with Jackie all day.
Sure you could.
But my question is, he could build something.
Of
He
course.
could knock something down and build a nice house.
There's a million possibilities that he could do. All of them better than what he has. Wow.
You done?
I'm still thinking about it. All right.
It's a quandary.
Okay. All right. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about